Well, happy Sunday, Sagittarius. I hope you are well. All is well, Sag. Everything's always working out for you. So, Sag, you know, like on the weekends, I kind of post the readings when I want to take it a little easier, put a little more focus into my self-care, and I hope that y'all are doing the same. So, FYI, Sag, I did do a spirit guide reading yesterday, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It wasn't showing up in the best light. It really wasn't. And we have been in a Cancer moon for the past few days, and that would explain a lot, which has to do with feelings and sensitivity. And so, I really feel as if yesterday there could have been, for some old pain and really kind of still processing endings or how you feel about things. And, it just was, it's not that I don't want to tell you the truth, Sag. It's just, it's just that it was really kind of dark. And I said to myself, you know what? Let's give Sag a little time. Cancer moons are tough, but, we are coming in. I don't know about y'all, but whenever there's a Cancer moon, I feel, like a lot of feelings. And I wasn't feeling that way myself, but I know that for some that could have been the case, right? And so I was looking because I have this, I don't know if any of y'all have the Llewellyn books, but they do a whole like calendar for astrology and stuff, and I learn a lot through it. So apparently Monday is going to be a good day, Sag. So I'm excited to see what those energies will be. Basically, it's going to be a good day because there's a void of course moon. During a void of course moon, we're kind of given a break. You know what I mean? No feelings, nothing's happening. For some, that can be stressful, but I like them. I like them. Plus, it's something about, Jupiter being exalted. And the moon is comfortable in Cancer, which can be interesting. But what the astrology is kind of pointing to is Monday and Wednesday specifically being very good days for communication, and looking at the things you've been working on, particularly, what do you want to keep working on? What do you not want to work on anymore? It's really good for creativity. But I will tell you one thing that Cancer moons often do is, light our intuition quite high, right? Because we're seeing it. You're being led by the energy of the third eye chakra. So there could be a lot coming in, to be honest. A lot coming in intuitively. So really pay attention to that. And I love these because these are the sacred geometry cards, just so you can see it, It can be an image for you to focus on. It's called the indigo flower of life. Supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. I actually feel like this is going to be a very good week for creativity. Okay? And I'm also seeing that, dudes, we are in Mercury retrograde. Okay? And keep in mind, because I don't uberly focus necessarily on romantic partners in the readings. So every time it says there's a past person coming, it doesn't necessarily mean a romantic partner, unless I say specifically your ex is on his way, right? But there could be this energy this week of reconnecting with people from the past, because I'm seeing it. Cosmically, you're being influenced by the seventh house. Which the seventh house is our romantic partners for sure, but it's also just all of the relationships we have. It is our house of partnership, and so with the air element being here, which, is communication, it's what we think. There could be this energy of really sharing ideas with others, right? Really sharing ideas with others. But not only that, being really truthful conversations. There could be balance coming in. And basically because you're being honest, right? And with justice, there's not just that, right? With justice, we're also being led to be honest about, you're being honest maybe with yourself or others about what you expect, and maybe even the energy you're putting into your relationships. We have been thinking about that a lot lately. But what it also tells you is that you may be connecting with people from the past. We're seeing this remembrance and fertility. So, not for nothing, for some people, you could be, there could be a possibility of reigniting past connections, right? And also with consciousness here, it also deals with our ability not just to see things from our own point of view, but from a world view. So that's being able to see ourselves and others, being able to see the other side of the story. It's really interesting. So some memories may be coming up, and that may, for some, that may reinstitute some restarts, because we're seeing it. We're seeing it, Sag. Okay. In terms of the outside of you is book, which is memory, achievement, spirit, reincarnation, which is about cycles, and focus, serious, sensitive, concerned. So, there is a lot of reflecting going on about the past, to be quite honest with you, and about your cycle, like how you get to this point, right? To wherever it is you are. Things, that happened in the past that have gotten you to this point, what you've learned, because that's also what fate tells us. Fate is never about we have no choice. We always have a choice, but it's showing you your choices, right? And maybe that's why you're thinking about the past, because, you're really serious about life, right? Focus is being really serious. And it could be that someone from your past is concerned about you. And so I actually feel as if there are some really nice communication aspects showing up, and the way that people are showing up, it's in a sense way. So you're definitely going, if you feel as if people have been unfair to you, you're going to get to express that. But the way that it feels to me is that it doesn't feel like fighting. Okay, let me just say that. It feels more like expressing. It does. And what's really interesting here is runaway, team spirit, so definitely communication, and initiative, feeling optimistic, right? So especially if you have avoided confrontation in any way, or if you have avoided having certain communications with people, you're going to have them, and it might bring up some things for you, but also it's actually it like cycles into some optimism. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you are reconciling with someone, but what it means is that sometimes that's part of completion too. The things that we can't always run from confrontation. Sometimes we gotta say the thing that needs to be said. And you are going to I feel like you're going to say the things that you've avoided saying. For instance, because when we run away from them, they still exist. And, this may have been things that has been building for you, and it may bring up, that energy, like things that have been building. And when we just say, oh, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to move on, I'm not going to address this, the scar still exists. And so, wow. Okay, Sag. Okay, geez. And people think that we're not deep thinkers, huh? Crazy sauce. So the actions that you're being led to take this week. Well, there is a lot of reflection. And definitely you're seeing the bigger picture. Okay, and so sometimes we need to step away from everything. We need to disconnect, and I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to be talking very much about your dreams and goals, and that's what you want to do. Like, that's what you want to focus on. It could be that, like, something comes in, and they're kind of telling you that when problems come in, be very careful about, especially if people don't agree with what it is you want, Sag. Be careful about how you respond, right? Because these are definitely things that you feel passionate about, but sometimes passion can be misunderstood for anger, right? Because you're being called to practice self-control. And so your fire may really be coming out, And so it's kind of like knowing too. It's amazing, these energies to me. Let me just take a break to say that it does feel like everything everywhere all at once. Because in the sense that, there are so many energies that for you that, and when we're really into something, and then people are like, for instance, we think we have a life purpose, right? And people come in and point out all the problems to us. We might react in a way that isn't, that it is you just expressing your passion, but sometimes people can't take that the whole way. You know what I'm saying? And so, this also has to do with what you're talking about. You are talking about that a lot with people. And because there may be this sense that you feel trapped, right? And you're trying to be optimistic. And so, believe it or not, there's actually people coming in who support what it is you want, but there's also people who don't, right? So there's a lot of communication. I know maybe just now that seemed a little confusing, but I feel like you're going to have communication on both sides. There's going to be people who don't understand, right? And then there's going to be people that do. So it is just essential that you express yourself in a way that is, trying to think of the right way to say, passionate, but definitely not angry. Definitely don't get angry at people because they don't understand. There's actually people who are interested in what you're interested in. They understand what you're feeling. But it's actually feels like the people who don't seem to affect you more. And you really can't allow for that. because it does feel as if someone is coming back into your life who has real concern for you. So there is an awful lot going on in communication this week, Sag. Gosh, I even confused myself there for a minute. So, yeah, a lot, Sag. Underneath the deck is the Queen of Pentacles reversed with the Seven of Wands and the World. It's like there's almost like so many conversations coming in that it may actually be difficult for you to stay grounded, quite honestly, because there's someone here or people who are challenging what it is you want. And with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, it could make you feel it's almost like the level in which that you have to defend yourself on one hand is making you feel ungrounded, but also I feel like you are really standing up for yourself in terms of where you feel taken advantage of. So for real, your relationships are so much this week, and you're really going to find, and maybe that is why Spirit is telling you to take a step back, like to disconnect, because there might be some conversations where you feel severely tested. But there's also good conversations. And I actually feel like this person who is coming back into your life, even if it's just for a conversation, is a good thing. And it may be that this person shows up during certain cycles in your life when you need someone. Wow, okay, Sag. Because the people affecting your week, the Empress, the Fool, and the Three of Cups. I mean, this kind of talks about, because the Empress is about dreams and planting new seeds and fertility, and the Fool, there's something in terms of people that you're taking a chance on. Maybe it is this person, I don't know. This is about friendship, this is about communication. And the truth is this is really what I feel is going on. It's like you have some people challenging what it is you want and what it is you want to do. Like some people telling you that it's too big of a risk, or you're not thinking things through. That kind of energy. And that's what's making you want to react. But then you have support here. It's actually leading you to support. On the one end, it might make you feel like you don't want to talk about stuff, right? If you're going to get that reaction from everyone, but that's not what you're being called to do, Sag. You're being called to talk about it. But when you start to feel tested by people, or like people are challenging you, and they're challenging you because they kind of think like with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, it could be that if you do this thing for yourself, you're not going to be there for them. So there's a lot going on, and it was quite more to unpack than I thought it would be. Sagittarius. Oh my God, it's 20 minutes in, and we haven't even covered the real stuff. All right, Sag. So in terms of your energy, the Devil's here with the Page of Wands. It's exactly that, like, because that's toxic, you're not dealing with it. And so it's really, it's stepping off it quickly, Sag, with the Page of Wands, and just not even focusing on it at all. Sorry, we got traffic. Not focusing it at all, because it could be these people just are really cling to an idea that doesn't serve you. And this is about you go and taking chances towards something new. You know, being in a beginner mind with the Page of Wands, you know, and it could be that people are trying to stop you, Sag, to be honest. But that's, you're not going to let that hold you back. You understand that that's toxic and not good for you, and you're not going to let it hold you back. Just because other people are chained to their, whatever it is they're chained to, you're not going to participate in it because you want this new adventure and you're doing it. Because I'm seeing they are, Sag. Like, it's kind of like being attached to an old way, right? Because we see it here too. 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the 6 of Cups, and the 5 of Swords. Like, there's people here, and they've probably been in your life a long time, and they kind of see you under the Knight of Wands lens, meaning, you know, they don't think that you know what you're doing. But with the Empress, you completely know what you're doing. This isn't a willy-nilly thing. What you're receiving, well, is the Lovers, the Tower, the 9 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords. I mean, there's definitely an unexpected change here. And I feel like, especially with these people you might feel are against you, and I feel it hurts. It really is surprising to you because, you know, you align with these people. You're just kind of letting it go, you know, because with the 9 of Swords, you don't want to get all stuck in your head about it. You don't want to lose these people, but you know what? Sometimes we just got to move on, you know. I just feel like you weren't really expecting it, maybe, from whoever's delivering it. For real, what you need to focus more on is justice. I mean, justice with the 2 of Wands, focused on what you're trying to create. Making plans for what you're trying to create, the future you're trying to create. You know, because to be honest, you kind of know. You kind of know, and you're supposed to be putting work into the future. Don't even mess with all of this other stuff, right? What they want you to not focus on is Temperance, King of Cups, and the 7 of Pentacles. That is that energy of trying to be, you know, how we often are the peacemaker, Sagittarius, right? And trying to work things out with people who with the 7 of Pentacles, like, they don't want to change. They don't want to, you know, it doesn't matter what you do here. It really doesn't, because it's not going to change anything for these people. You know, because with the 7 of Pentacles, it's accepting the stagnancy and accepting that, you know, it's better to focus on you and your desires and what you're trying to do and what you want. Bring balance to yourself instead of trying to bring balance with people who, no matter what you say, they're going to see the same thing. And I feel like this has a lot to do with people kind of being satisfied with where they are. And you're wanting something else. You're wanting something different. And so, you know, they're not going to see that. And Spirit is saying, don't try to make them see it. Don't try to balance out the situation. Just balance yourself. Okay? Okay. Wow. I know, a big message, you know? A big message here, Sag. 10 of Cups. Oh, boy. 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Wands. You're connecting with people who are invested in your success and do actually recognize what you're trying to do here. Oh, my God. Ace of Cups. These are new people. New people who, Nine of Cups, Two of Swords. New people you might be a little hesitant towards. Until you find out more about them. But, oh wow. And it's just basically because maybe you're not used to being supported, Sag. But get used to it. Get used to it. Wow. Okay. Sagittarius. Wow, that's so much. So much. But that's why I love y'all. That's why I love y'all. So, let's get a card of self-care for you, Sag. What would help Sagittarius this week? What would help Sagittarius this week? Hopefully that was understood. Sagittarius. Oh my goodness. So what would help Sagittarius this week? Oh, you have the right to feel what you feel. Overcoming obstacles. Awakening. I mean, I think you're waking up to things that are standing in the way of your happiness. And get some rest, Sag. Listen to your body. Your body's telling you you need rest. Take a nap. My favorite thing. My absolute favorite thing, Sag. So let's see what your mantra for the week is. What is your mantra for the week? Your mantra. Oh, here you go. Right quick. Compassion is my compass. I am willing to hold space for the experience of others. Well, well, well. Okay, Sagittarius, that's what I have for you. It actually looks like, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good week, but, that's never a one-sided coin, right? But all of this is leading you towards the people who feel like home to you, Sagittarius. Keep that in mind. Toodles.